Okay, welcome everyone. Confidence. What's the difference between having confidence and you hear this word life-changing, and lots of things you hear the word life-changing for. Is it right? I don't know. But confidence. Let me tell you a little story. There's a park out in the USA somewhere, big park, loads of benches. And on one of the benches is sitting a man, head in hands, businessman, who used to have a great business, but things aren't going well. Things are crumbling. Creditors are just moving in closer and closer. Bills are mounting up. Major customers have left. And this businessman is just distraught about it all. And he's contemplating what the future holds. This lovely house he's got, heavily mortgaged, because he could afford the mortgage at one time. Does that have to go? You can only see bankruptcy. Things are getting that bad. His wife, the style that they live in, the kids are going to private schools. It's all got to go. He can't see a way out. Bankruptcy. All these lovely holidays would have, everything would have to change. And he's contemplating what that means. But losing his house, kids having to go to what they would class as normal schools, not so bad really. And while he's thinking this, things couldn't get really worse. Up comes an old fella, almost out of nowhere. Long coat, hat, sits on the bench and says to the guy, "Well, excuse me, sir, you appear to have a problem. Something wrong. Do you want to tell me what that is? Maybe I can help." And the businessman, just at his wit's end here, said, "I don't think so, mate. Thank you very much. Look at this guy, he's a crazy old man." He says, "No, tell me all about it. Sometimes it's better to actually tell somebody, to speak about it. It's good to talk." So the businessman thought, well, why not? So he pours his heart out to this guy, tells him everything. How good his life was and how bad things are going to be. And the old fella says, "Well, maybe I can help you." He said, "I don't think so." He said, "No, honestly, maybe I can." And the businessman says, "Well, how can you do that?" He said, "Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write you a check. And I'm going to fold it in half, so you can't see it. But you must promise me not to open it until I've gone. There's one condition. In 12 months' time, we come back here, same place, same time of day, and you can give me my money back." So the businessman said, "Yeah, okay." He said, "Right, okay." So he asks the businessman his name, gets a checkbook out, writes a check, folds it in half, says, "There you go. See you in a year's time." Gets up and disappears. So, out of curiosity, this businessman just sort of looks at it. $500,000 made out to him, signed J.D. Rockefeller, who was then one of the wealthiest men in the world, if not the wealthiest man in the world. Well, the business was quite amazed at this. He said, "What on earth is going on?" And as he looked at this check, he started to think, I can pay everybody off. I can pay all my debtors, start again, learn from my mistakes, and just get my business back on track with this $500,000. How wonderful is that? And he starts to get very excited about this. And he gets in his car, drives, can't wait to tell his wife and his family what the good luck he's had bumping into this old guy that he thought was a crazy old guy to give him $500,000. And as he's driving back, he thinks to himself, do you know what I might do? I might lock this $500,000 check in my safe and have one more attempt on saving the business. So he gets home, tells his wife all about it, puts the check in the safe, feeling great. It's there if he needs it. It's there for him to fall back on. Fantastic. So he sets about sorting his business out. Speaks to all the people that he owes money. He arranges new payment schemes, new payment times. He's got new customers coming in. He searches for new customers, gets them, some of them bigger than the old ones he used to have, and quietly sets about getting his business back on track. And in 3 months' time, he's back in the black. Wonderful. Everything that old fella gave him as a fallback has caused him to do this, sort his business out. So, for the next 9 months of the year, things just got better and better and better. And at the end of the year, he was in a better situation financially than he'd ever been. How wonderful is that? You couldn't wait to go back to see that old fella and give him his check back and tell him all the good things that had happened. How his check inspired him to know that he was always there. If he was in trouble, it's always there for him. So he couldn't wait to tell him. He hadn't spent any of it. He'd sorted his business out. So, there he goes. So, year passed, went back to the park, and there was the old fella. Sat on the same bench. Couldn't wait to get up to this old fella and tell him. Just as he's giving his check back and going to tell him all about the good news, up screeched an ambulance. And out of the ambulance jumped two nurses. And they screamed, George, George, why are you doing this? You're always escaping from that rest home. What's the matter with you? And they came down, took him one arm each, and said to the businessman, I'm awfully sorry, thank you very much for stopping him and talking to him. Do you know, he's telling people now he's J.D. Rockefeller. Thank you so much. So as the nurses led him away, the old fella turned to the businessman, just give him a wink. Just winked at him. As they took him to the ambulance, back to the rest home. Now you can imagine what the businessman was thinking, can't you? I've done all this, thinking I had a $500,000 check to use if there was a problem as a fallback. It's worthless. Crazy old guy. It's not worth anything. But the message is this. That old fella didn't give him any money. It was worthless check. What we did give him was confidence to sort out his business, which he had given up on. That confidence boost, doesn't it actually bring to mind that word life changer? Because it changed that man's life. Because he was going bankrupt, he was losing everything. But now, due to that boost of confidence that was given, he's got everything back. And that's the power of confidence. That's the power confidence can give you. So when you hear these words, life-changing and It's not a cliche. It actually works. Having confidence changes things. It's fantastic. So, the good news for everybody is that we don't need a complete body makeover of confidence. We don't need this magic wand to turn us 100% different to how we are. We just need a 10% change. So, 10%. We can all do that. We can all do that. What does 10% mean? Well, if you were, let's assume that we're getting on a ship at Southampton, boarding a ship to go to New York. And the compass, that's what you call it, or a nautical expert, is 5% off target. 5% out. So this ship that's going from Southampton to New York is taking a course that it thinks is going to New York, but the mechanics are 5% out. Where does it end up? It ends up in the Caribbean. So, 5% change gets you somewhere completely different. So that's what a 10% little shift in confidence, that's the effect it can have. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ask you to do something. Doesn't involve talking, don't worry, doesn't involve interacting. And I give you all a sheet of little note here. And I want you on one side to write down what you think confidence means. And on the other side, I'd like you to write down one thing that you'd like to be more confident in. Okay? I'll shuffle these up. Okay. Confidence, the ability to achieve your dreams. Good. True confidence, inner belief displayed externally. That's a good one. A sense of healthy optimism and an attitude of positivity. A belief in your own ability to be successful. Brilliant. Lovely. Confidence is not being afraid to achieve your goals in life and to have the power to not give up at it. Great explanations here. Just great descriptions. Being able to make decisions without concern. Fantastic. It's a big thing, and I'll mention that later. Confidence means more self-belief. Confidence, self-belief. So, okay. Finally, confidence means self-belief and a positive mindset. All good descriptions, aren't they? All good descriptions. Let me show you two of my favourites. Feeling a level of comfort with yourself that enables you to withstand the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune and carry you forward to the life of your dreams. Slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. What a great line I wrote there. Having self-confidence means you feel comfortable with even happy with your abilities to successfully navigate through life and move past problems and challenges with a belief that you are still capable and worthy. So, to me, there are two things there that jump out at me. And one is slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Navigate through life and move past the problems and challenges. There are going to be problems and challenges. So that's one thing it tells me, that you can't go through life without these ups and downs. There are going to be obstacles. It's how you handle them is the crucial thing. It also tells me there's a life of your dreams. Still capable and worthy. Feeling comfortable. Life of your dreams. We just spoke about that, didn't we? So, people say the life of your dreams. I hear that loads of times. Cliches, people say, oh, I wish I could have the life of my dreams. Well, think back to, let's say, take Richard Branson. Now, when he was down to his last pound, what dream did he have? He was down to £1. Did he have a dream? Did he have a dream for the future of his life? So, was that a cliche? No. He was down to his last pound, and he still had a dream. So the dreams, the life of your dreams, existed for him. J.K. Rowling. There's another good example. Single mum, living in rented accommodation. Being told no after no after no after no. Setback after setback. All these publishers telling her, no, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Did she give up? Penniless. Did she give up? No. She had a life of dreams. She had something in her head that kept her going, something that she wanted to achieve. And finally, one publisher said, okay, we'll give it a go. The rest is history. Harry Potter. George Lucas, Star Wars. No after all these studios telling him no, no, not good enough, that's crap, awful, won't work, won't work, won't work. And 20th Century Fox said to him, I'll tell you what, there's a chance, I'll give you 10 mil, the whole film. The rest is history. Star Wars, one of the most, if not the most successful set of films that have ever been. So, there is a life of your dreams. You don't have to pretend there's not. You don't have to listen to people and say, live your dreams. There is a life of your dreams. Those people had one. Why can't we have one? Absolutely no reason why. So, I think it's time for our first little exercise in 2 minutes. But it amazes me how people, when you ask them, what's your issue? And they say to them, I've got no confidence. And you say, well, now there must be something you're confident in. No, I'm not that type of person. I'm not confident. But tell me something you are confident. No, nothing. That's me. No confidence. How confident is that person that they've got no confidence? Isn't it wonderful? Not having it. Whatever you tell them, they're confident that they've got none. So let's do a little exercise. And it involves closing your eyes. Okay. But that's the hardest thing. And if you feel unconfident with that, don't do it. but it's better if you do. So, whatever happens today, and my favourite phrase is, whether you like it or not. I love that. Whether you like it or not. It's not up to you. You will leave here with more confidence than when you came in. Guaranteed. Because it's not up to you. It's up to this thing here. It's up to your subconscious mind. So, first little exercise. I'd like you to close your eyes. I'd like you to imagine that you're in a room on your own, dark, no noise, wonderful, peaceful, relaxing, lovely. And as you're sitting comfortably in your chair, I want you to look across the room, and there, facing you, is another chair. And in that chair is a slightly more confident version of you. So, you're looking. Now, just see what that slightly more confident version of you is doing. Look at the posture. Look at the way he's sitting. Or she. Look at the way that they're holding their body. Look at the way that they're talking. Slightly more confident. So what I'd like you to do is to just float gently out of your body and in to that new you, that other you that's sitting across the room. Just float in. And just see out through their eyes. Hear what they say. Feel what they're feeling. Just take up their posture. Just take in, absorb those feelings of being slightly more confident. Isn't it nice to get that boost? Okay. So, once you've seen that, once you've done that, just look when you're sitting in that chair, just look across the room, and there is another chair, the chair that you once sat in. And sitting in that chair is a slightly more confident version of you. Just notice why that person is slightly more confident. Perhaps it's the way that he's talking, the way that he's holding his body. But you see that that person, you know that person is more confident. So, I want you to float out of that slightly more confident body. And I want you to just float into the new body, the new version of you that is even more confident. And I want you to take up the posture. I want you to feel what that person's feeling. I want you to hear what he's hearing. I want you to see what he's seeing. That slightly more confident person. Just absorb those feelings. Let those feelings drift into you. Now you've got a feeling of even more confidence. Isn't that lovely? So, when you're ready, you know the story. You look across the room. Oh wow, there is a really confident version of you. Have a look why. See how that person is acting so confidently. It's oozing confidence. Just see the way they're sitting, even more confident. The messages that they're giving out by just sitting in that way is giving you the idea that they're so confident. And just float out of your body and into that even more confident version of you. Just absorb again those feelings that that person is giving out. That wonderful feeling of being really on top of your game. That confidence. That wonderful feeling of how, what you're seeing and hearing, how you're acting, what people are saying to you. Just imagine how wonderful that would be. Just let those feelings absorb into your body. Finally, you look across the room and there is the most confident version of you that there could ever be. It's wonderful. That person, you're just oozing. The confidence levels are just flowing out of you. It's fantastic. You are so in admiration of what's happening across the floor. It's fantastic. So, just float for the last time out of your body and into that most confident version of you that could ever be, and just absorb those wonderful feelings of confidence. Hear what you're hearing, see what you're seeing, just feel what you're feeling. It's fantastic. It's a level of confidence that you could only imagine, but it's you. It's the most confident version of you that could exist. So, when you're ready, just come back to me, but make sure those feelings that you've absorbed through your body, you bring them back with you. And when you're ready, you can just open your eyes and feel the tingle of that last visualization of the most confident you ever. Isn't that wonderful? The power of visualization is a big, monumental tool that we have in our tool bags with regards to whether it's confidence or whether it's getting better at anything. The visualizations of you succeeding, of you being that person are wonderful, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But whether you like it or not, your confidence levels have slightly improved. And that's a fact. Isn't that nice? Okay. Well done. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, guys. So, So confidence is no more than a skill. It's a skill that you just like riding a bike. You can learn confidence. Because I don't believe that confidence is ever taken from you and destroyed. I think we're very good at hiding it away. Putting it in a safe place, locking it away, and then losing the key. But it's there somewhere. It's not gone. But it's a matter of finding that confidence, finding that key first of all, and finding how to unlock that. Where you've put it. Finding it, unlocking it, and taking it out. No one has taken it. No one has run away with it. It's still there. But we don't know where. And we can't get at it. So, just remember that. It's so important that knowing that that confidence is still somewhere in you is so important for you. It's so important for anyone who feels that they're slightly not confident about something. It's there. We need to find it. So, are people born with it? Well, some people would argue that they have this sort of genetic predisposition of confidence genes. But that may be the case, but I'll tell you what, 99 times out of 100, that's not the reason why people don't have confidence. So, I don't believe there is a confidence gene. Just imagine, newborn baby. Just visualize this. Newborn baby. Just been born. And the nurse takes it away and gives it a clean. Looks fantastic, isn't it? Then comes back to the mum and says, I've got some bad news. Oh no, I've got some bad news. What is it? Your baby's got no confidence. What are we going to do? Your baby's got no confidence. Oh no, I don't want a baby with no confidence. Don't worry. This hospital caters for everything. And once a week we get a therapist to come in to talk to newly born children with no confidence. And that therapist is coming in tomorrow. Do you want me to put your child on the list? Oh yes, please. So in comes the therapist next day. Into the room. Then a nice semicircle. Loads of cots with newborn kids all sitting up. Can't wait for this. Great, isn't it? He's going to tell us how to be confident that I've got them. No, it's fantastic. And in comes the therapist. And the therapist says, kids, what's going on? We need to be more confident. When you want food and things, I need you to scream and scream and scream. I want you to make yourself felt, make your presence felt. See the babies, can't you, sitting up in their cots? Oh, you good. Good. Fantastic. So, yes, when you want attention, cry. You just yell. Be assertive. When you want food, when you're hungry, I want you to cry. I want you to make a noise. I want people to take note of you. And the babies are sitting up thinking, fantastic, this. I could do with seeing those breasts more often, but I just don't like the breast really. Yeah. I'm the same. A bit shy. You don't see that, do you? But I'll tell you what does happen. Life happens. So, as the baby grows older, around about 10 months, 11 months, 12 months old, starts to want to walk, doesn't it? Starts to realise there are things out there. Oh, can you imagine me getting out there? What could I destroy and make a mess of? That's fantastic. I want to walk out. So what does the baby do? The baby tries to get up. What does the baby do? Fall. So the baby gets up again. Falls. Does this time and time again. Falls every time. Now, does the baby give in then? Does the baby say to themselves, or the parents say to the baby, you know, of all the luck we get, and baby, that's just not a walker. No, the baby works out, hang on a minute, if I grab hold of this furniture here and just help me up, I'll be able to stand on my own 2 feet and just balance a bit. So the baby does that, doesn't he? Gets furniture, stands up, wow, it's fantastic. So, the baby has taken about, I don't know how many dozen knockbacks, but it's finally on its feet. So it thinks to himself, right, I want to get over there, how do I get there quickest? I need to walk over there. So it starts to walk, bang, falls. Gets up, bang, falls. Does this again, dozens of times, until finally, the baby gets the balance of how to get from there to there. And everybody's clapping, everything's fantastic. So that baby has taken so many knockbacks, but still is determined and confident enough to see those knockbacks, go around them, see those obstacles, and carry on to their dream, which is walking around the house. So, are people born with confidence? I think so. Like, everybody's born with confidence. So, what happens then? Remember? Life. So when the baby's 2 or 3 or 4, baby's told things by their parents and their peers and the kids in nursery. You're naughty. That's naughty, don't do that. Oh, that's not good. Do that again, mummy won't love you. Now, this is at an age where we're 3, 4, 5 years old, and we can't start thinking, well, hang on a minute, she does love me, it's my mum, for goodness sake. No, they take everything on face value. So, what goes into this, what's programmed, my subconscious mind is always, I don't know why, but this programming starts from this high. You're naughty, you're not good enough. Oh, little Jimmy down the road wouldn't have done that. Compared with people, I'm not good enough, I'm not as good as other people. I'm not capable. You did that wrong, why do you keep on doing that wrong? Oh, I'm a failure. So, what goes in? I'm a failure. I'm not good enough. I'm hopeless. I'm unlovable. Those are the messages that we take on at 3, 4, 5 years old. Then we go to school. A lot of people in school, you're asked to read out in class, and you make a mistake. Your tongue gets twisted around some words, and everybody laughs. I don't know. Bang! Another hit on your confidence. You're 4, 5, 6 years old, for goodness sake. What are you going to do? You start analysing things? No, you don't. You just, another program goes in, so I'm not good, I'm not clever, I'm not this, I'm not that. And we all grow up with these. And then later on in life, it can happen. And other things, if you're growing up in a house where you get permanently disciplined and punished, and you see you're on the wrong end of the stress levels all these things are programmed in. So when you grow up, they grow up with you. So can you imagine when people say, I'm not confident? Can you imagine what's happened to them? There's a reason that they're not confident. It's still there, but all this pummeling and hammering and chipping away at it has caused it to disappear, has caused it to be locked away. So, the good news is it can be found again. I've used the word found there. I've changed a word there to found. Because it is a fight. When you find it, it's there, you've got to find it. It can be found with the correct practice and attitude. Now let me tell you what I mean by attitude. Let's take it, visualize this. You live in a house in the country, all on its own, nothing around it. It's the middle of winter, and you're driving home with your kids in the car, driving up a long driveway to your home, secluded, and your car packs up. Just as you're pulling into your drive, your car packs up. You think, well, it was good timing, at least we're home. It's freezing cold, the kids are with you. So you go to your front door, and guess what? You can't find the front door key. So, it's freezing cold, the kids are with you. You can't start the car because it's just packed up. So you can't get any heating from that, and you're outside your front door, locked in the freezing cold with your kids. Now, at that point, what's your attitude? I know what mine would be. I'm getting in that house, whatever, because I'm not staying out here. I can't go in the car. I've got nowhere to take my kids. So somehow, and I don't know how, I'm getting in. So what you do, you go around the back, elbow through the glass, in, unlock, in the house. So your attitude was, whatever, I'm getting in. And you board up whatever the pane of glass you smashed. Now, isn't confidence the same? The difference is, it's not the glass that you're breaking in confidence. It's the patterns of behavior that you're breaking. So while you successfully got in the house, you can successfully break the pattern of having no confidence and obtain some, achieve some. It's wonderful. So, confidence can be found and nurtured. And when I say nurtured, it's important because when you find that confidence, you tend to look after it. You love it. You love the feeling of being confident. You love the feeling of being able to walk into a room with people that you don't know and start a conversation. It's great. You tend to love it. And most importantly, you start creating your life, not reacting to what happens. You start creating things for you. And that approach of creating life, of making a difference, of saying, right, I am controlling this, I am the confident one, leads to you being more successful. When you can see that success growing, you get a little bit motivated about it. So it leads to motivation. All these feelings of confidence, slight confidence. Remember, we only talked about 10% change here. And most importantly, new possibilities. Possibilities that you thought of prior, possibilities that were there somewhere, but no one knows how to get there. Their wishes, their wish lists. But it's amazing how confidence, very often, this is how important confidence is. It can make the difference between you being a success and falling short. That little boost of confidence. So, we've got 4 minutes left and we'll have a 10-minute break then. Natural break, because we'll come back and we'll finish at like 12 o'clock-ish. Is that okay for everybody? Yeah. So, That's just for information purposes more than anything else. People tend to link self-esteem and confidence together, and they think it's basically the same thing, but it's not. Confidence. Okay, there we go. Confidence is faith in one's ability and judgments. Confidence is knowing, like we said earlier, there are going to be obstacles, there are going to be slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, but faith in your ability that if you find an obstacle that's difficult to overcome, it doesn't matter. I won't let that stop me moving forward. That's confidence, ability and judgments. The ability to know that there's something over there. I'm going to get it, whatever. Self-esteem more reflects a person's appraisal of their worth, how they value themselves. How they value themselves against what they see out there, what they see as life, what part do they play, what relevance do they have. That's self-esteem. Let me get this right. It is possible to have self-esteem, but very little confidence. But it is impossible to have low self-esteem and confidence, and have some confidence. Does that make sense to everybody? It is possible to have low self-esteem. It is possible to have self-esteem, good self-esteem, but very little confidence. But it's not possible to have very little self-esteem and have some confidence. So, okay. So, confidence then is a habit. Confidence becomes natural. It's not an act. It's something that becomes part of us. This confidence that we're obtaining, this confidence that we're trying to achieve becomes almost a part of how we live. And if we repeatedly do something, and I'll talk about that in a while, we become more confident. We become more competent and confident. If we repeat things and we repeat things and we repeat things and we repeat things, we become those people. I think Aristotle said this. Clever bloke. We are what we repeatedly do. So if we repeatedly think about bad things, that's what will happen. And if we repeatedly think about good things, that'll happen as well. So we'll call it a day for 10 minutes. Do whatever you have to do, and we come back about, 10 past? Is that okay? Thank you.